Hi, my name is Ishmael McKinney, and tonight I'll be walking you through how to complete Stage 1 of the UbD template, Identify Desired Results. This initial part of the document is nothing more than just going a little bit deeper into the information that you provided in Stage 0. This is just unit and course information. It's just a summary of the lesson. It's not actually getting into the backward design aspect of UbD yet. It's not until you get down to this part that you'll start to get into that information. As I previously mentioned, the idea of the Understanding by Design UbD template and method is a form of backwards design. So here you're going to ask yourself what questions need to be answered, what skills you want them to learn, how you want them to take the knowledge and skills they learn and be able to apply it later. So that's really the main idea of Understanding by Design. So here you're going to fill out as simply as possible an overview of the unit that you're developing. It's going to be kind of a very simple version of your big idea. Then you're going to move down to here where ask for the professional organizations. These are the organizations that you're going to be getting your competencies or standards from. And this is where you're going to make sure that the unit you're designing meets what's required of the organizations. So pretty much every organization or school is going to have somewhere where they get their standards and competencies from, things that they want to see out of the lessons provided to the students or workers that you're going to be working with. So you're going to take 5 of those and you're going to pick which 5 you feel like you want to focus on for your specific unit. So the standards are really going to be the building blocks that you use to develop your lesson. Moving on with these competencies, you're going to move down to the transfer aspects of the lesson. So here, this is where you want them to take the knowledge and skills and everything you're planning for this lesson and what you want them to be able to do with it in the future. A big key here and throughout the rest of Stage 1, you're going to see here on the right-hand column, it's going to ask for you to refer back to the competency codes that you initially submitted. A big part of this UbD template is consistency, so you want to make sure that you are consistently doing this throughout your template. There are 2 important aspects of the identifying desired results part of the UbD template in Stage 1. It's meaning acquisition. In the meaning portion, there are 2 aspects that you want to cover, which are the essential questions, which are questions that you're going to open the unit with or the lesson to get them to start to get their minds wandering, start to force them to start making emphasis and kind of taking control of their learning to try to see what things they might know already or think they know. And then in understanding, this is where you want to write out the things that you are for sure that you want them to take from the lesson. So here, essential questions, of course, are going to be in question form, but understanding, you're going to write them on as statements as to what you want the students to understand throughout the duration of the unit. In the acquisition portion, this is what you want them to take away from the unit, which is why it's broken down into 2 different aspects, knowledge and skills. Knowledge, of course, are the facts and simple ideas that you want them to take from the lesson, things that they're going to be able to recall and give back to you, sometimes in their own words. And skills are the actual tangible skills that you want them to leave the lesson with. So if you're teaching a cooking class, you want them to know the ingredients of the recipe, but you want them to know how to manipulate each ingredient. So they may have to mince something versus dice something or blend something instead of just shredding it. And as I said, the key to the UbD template is consistency. So you want to make sure that you're still being mindful of these competency codes throughout the different portions. You see them here in the acquisition section and the meaning section as well. So you want to make sure that you are always referring your lesson back to those 5 competencies, which ultimately should also relate to your big idea, your overall unit as well. Now that was a very brief covering of Stage 1 of the UbD template, Identify Desired Results. Again, some keys to filling out this point are the unit summary, which you're going to outline what the lesson is about. From there, you want to make sure that you take these competencies from the given organizations that govern what school or corporation you're working with. From there, you want to make sure that throughout these different sections, transfer, meaning, acquisition, you're constantly referring back to those competency codes to make sure that your lesson is designed as best as possible to not only accomplish each of the competencies, but to also make sure that you're focusing on your big idea as well. So thank you for your time, and I'll see you later for stage 2.